Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Much better. Thank you. My name is Siddhant. I work with developer relations team at Google in India. What we really do, let me take a quick 1 minute to introduce what we really do. We have a bunch of community programs that we engage with. How many of you know about GDG? Heard the term GDG? Know of it? Okay, not many. Cool. We have GDG Google Developer Groups, we have Women Tech Makers Program, we have GDG Cloud, and Developer Student Clubs Program. These are the community programs that help students and developers out there to further learn new skills, new technologies, advance themselves, meet like-minded people, and so forth. We also have a program for influencers and experts in a domain called GDE program, Google Developer Experts, that we engage with. For the startups out there, these are more mature startups, primarily AI and ML focused startups that are solving for India. We have a program called Launchpad program. In India, we have 46 GDG and GDG cloud communities, 61 women tech makers ambassadors, 200 DSC leads, and 48 experts. And we have touch base 20 plus startups in the last 1 year or so. Now, today I'm here to talk to you about how to be an agent of change, how to become a change maker. But before that, let me talk about some champions of change. Let me talk about their journey, what they have been doing. Let's talk about a situation as grave as you can't even think of, imagine. Manual scavenging. Do you know there are 88 deaths that are reported in last 3 years due to manual scavenging? And these are just the reported numbers that I can show off. There's a local champion, Gen Robotics, who has been working on it. Do we have Gen Robotics in the house? Anyone from the team? Gen Robotics? Wow. Can you please stand up, please, for me? Anyone? Gen Robotics? Who is from the team Gen Robotics? Can we have a shout out to the team who came up with this project called Bandicoot? They will be talking more about the product, but can we have a rude round of applause helping the manual laborers automate the task, cleaning the manholes that we can't even think of, just with the help of technology. If I talk about a lifeline, our heart, do you know like 10% of deaths that happen in India are due to sudden cardiac arrest? Think of it. If there is a way to find out these early stages or early signs of cardiac arrest, think of the potential it lies in the rural areas. Something, if you can think of a low cost, something like a portable ECG machine, something that can capture our heart vitals on a time to time basis. For our elderly, for senior citizens, people who are left alone at home, how they can still be connected with the technology, capture in. There's a startup out there who thought about it, Spandan. I met them recently in Dehradun. They're based in Dehradun and have a certified product out there. It's a very small, low-cost ECG machine, trying their best to detect these early signs of heart attacks and then reducing these sudden cardiac arrest cases. And that's not all. There are more people out there. If I have to talk about something that women out here in this hall can relate to, breast cancer. Do you know 75,000 women die due to breast cancer every year? But then there was a change maker who thought about it, who thought that if technology can be utilized in a better way and we can come up with a solution for it. Let's hear the story. Can we have the audio?
In our country, unfortunately, women do not come forward for a breast cancer screening till the time they can avoid it.
And hence we end up losing 50% of the women.
Mammography, which is one of the standards of care today, has a very good ability to detect very small lumps called microcalcifications. However, it does not work on women under 45 years of age.
We have created a breast cancer screening solution such that we do not see the patient, touch the patient, radiate, pinch, inject, to the extent that during the screening we don't even see the person.
What we do is use a simple device like this to measure the heat distribution on the chest and use machine learning and artificial intelligence algorithms to detect the location of abnormality, all within 5 minutes.
The key challenge we were facing was the scale, both scaling of the technical architecture as well as the business.
That was Niramai, a launchpad startup that thought of coming up with a solution for breast cancer screening for women at an early stage. Now, if I have to talk about the air around us, I'm sure like all of you would agree with me, the air around us is polluted these days. Do we really know like how many people die every year just in India? And these are the stats as of April 2019. 1.2 million people die in India every year due to air pollution. But what can we do? What can we do to reduce this air pollution or maybe utilize the smoke in the air? There was a crazy person out there who thought like, why can't we like do something about the air? Let's hear what they have worked on.
Air pollution reaches more than 80% in Metro Manila.
Air pollution levels in the British
We should see a
capital
huge
region,
environmental impact.
according to the World Health Organization, even trigger lung
And so Delhi,
cancer.
they're once again topping the pollution chart. Situation, you can imagine the air being so dirty records.
Air ink is about capturing air pollution before it enters the environment from your cars, from your trucks, from your diesel generators that are spitting out this particulate matter and then converting that into inks of various sorts.
We did the initial research and prototyping for this idea at the MIT Media Lab. For the last 3 years, we have been getting our hands dirty on the roads of Bangalore to solve this problem. After we are done capturing air pollution, we take it through a purification process and then we treat it with solvents to create printing inks.
Developing new ways to be able to paint and create without the negative effect on nature is an awesome idea. I'm so into it.
There's so much pollution that just half an hour can paint an entire pair of shoes.
I'm excited to work with something, an ink that will merge both together, beauty and environmental awareness, a way to advance humanity and to save the space around us.
At Graviki, we started as a small group of hackers applying science, technology, and creativity to solve hard problems. We thought, how can we take something that's totally undesirable, ugly, and as bad as air pollution and turn it into something beautiful, something that everyone uses, as common as inks.
So every stroke on paper that you make is essentially a quantification of that particulate matter you would have otherwise breathed in when you're walking outdoors.
By backing us, you help us scale our pollution capture technology and bring air ink to as many people as possible.
What's the best place for this carbon soot to go? Is it your lungs or is it something like inks that we make?
Isn't it mind-blowing to see like how we can convert the air around us into a reusable ink? These were some crazy people that I know of. There are more out there. The list is endless. There's so many people like try to bring this disruption with just one thing in the mind. How can they bring the change they wish to see? And you too can be a champion of change. You too can think about it. What are the problems out there? How we can remove them through technology? Where to start from? If you're wondering, these are the areas that I suggest that you can kickstart your journey with. These are some 17 goals that UN has listed as sustainable development goals that can transform our world. Start thinking in these directions. 17 areas where you can think of a solution can be made. Also, to the student developers out here, student entrepreneurs, student startups out here, I'll introduce you to Build for Digital India, a platform for you to work on these solutions, work on these ideas, be a part of a learning journey, be a part of a mentorship journey, and then help us showcase your work to the people out there in the country. Build for Digital India was launched recently in partnership with Google and Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, to give you a platform to further learn, upskill yourself in certain technologies. We will be providing you with rich technical resources, helping you with one-on-one mentorship to further work on your idea, the solutions that you're working on, and then to help you showcase your work at a showcase opportunity as well. The deadline for this particular application, like even if at ideation stage you are, or you have some progress with your product, your idea, make sure you be a part of this journey, apply for it. The deadline is October 31st, 2019. You can learn more at bit.ly/buildfordigitalindia. And if you're still wondering that the problems around us are impossible to solve, you can't solve them, I'll urge you to think again. I'll urge you with this thought video.
The actual moonshot is wonderful, inspirational, poetic, beautiful, involved great technical challenges, genuine heroism. It brought the world together. But think about the Polynesian islander on the dugout canoe, deciding one day they were going to go that way. No one had ever been that way before. No one even knew if there was anything that way before. It was amazing, and it changed the world.
People can set their minds to magical, seemingly impossible ideas, and then through science and technology, bring them to reality. And that then sets other people on fire, that other things that look impossible might be accomplishable.
Galileo is such a hero, in thinking big, and what he represents to me is both curiosity and wonder that humanity had, that he had, that pushed him and drove himself to invent and work on the first telescopes that allowed us to see the moon, and here we are.
These aviation pioneers were figuring it out as they went. No one really knew how to build an airplane, right? No one knew how to fly an airplane. It was amazing and crazy and wonderful, and they wanted to explore.
Many years ago, the great British explorer George Mallory, who was to die on Mount Everest, was asked why did he want to climb it. He said, because it is there.
There's so many challenges in the world, and you can feel daunted by that, and sort of oppressed by that, or you kind of say, how might we think differently about this?
Everyone else in the world is working on the next 10%. If you can be the one that delivers that 10 times improvement, you have a chance to really change things.
If you want cars to run at 50 miles per gallon, fine, you can retool your car a little bit. But if I tell you it has to run on a gallon of gas for 500 miles, you have to start over.
You need a lot of courage in this work, and you need a lot of persistence. One of the things that's really critical is not only having the courage to keep trying every day or thinking big, even if you don't really 100% believe it's possible, like you might think this might be possible, have the courage to try. That's how the greatest things have happened.
You don't spend your time being bothered that you can't teleport from here to Japan, because there's a part of you that thinks it's impossible. Moonshot Thinking is choosing to be bothered by that.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Humanity's progress has been a series of amazing, audacious things, from the very small and personal up to the great, big, and grand. And we are a species of moonshots. And to me, that's like the really amazing, poetic, and inspirational thing.
I think our ambitions are a glass ceiling on what we can accomplish.
When you find your passion, you're unstoppable. You can make amazing things happen. It's been true through all of history.
I believe in the human spirit, and I believe that there are always going to be crazy people who will get out of bed one morning and say, you know what? I think I can build a space elevator, and we'll just go and do it. But I think that if we become afraid to take these great big risks, we stop inspiring people. We stop achieving things. And the biggest nightmare scenario is that we won't have what it takes to solve the really big challenges.
When Kennedy said that we would put a man on the moon, it's about the fact that he said, we don't know how to do this yet, and we're gonna do it anyway. And that sends chills up everybody's spine. Because if that happens, what couldn't we do?
Everything is moonshot at the start. All you need is that courage to try. Because we fail when we fail to try. I will leave this thought to you and urge you to apply for Build for Digital India, be part of the learning and the mentorship journey, come up with the ideas that can shape this country, shape this world. Thank you. That's it from my side.